James Darkmoon, by order of the Judge Advocate General of the Army of the United States of America, you have been sentenced to death for the murder of Lieutenant General Louise Elizabeth Smith. Make a statement at this time.
Yeah, I got something to say. But I guess no one cares to hear it.
You're entitled to a statement.
Wish I could have added to this life instead of taking away. But a man is what he is. That's it.
Who's at my hatch?
Officer on watch, sir.
Enter.
Sir, we have an unidentified ISSA PC approaching. We have challenged.
And?
The response was a request to present you with a security password. Changing woman.
Clear them. Place the Saratoga on security alert. All personnel, all decks. Are confined to quarters until further notice.
Yes, sir.
We thought we were alone. We believed the universe was ours, until one night in 2063, on an Earth colony 16 light years away, they struck. And now we are at war. My name is Lieutenant Colonel T.C. McQueen. I'm an in vitro, a race of artificially gestated humans. I command a Marine Corps squadron. The 58th, they call us the Wild Cards. We fight when called, in space, on land, and at sea. To lose this war means more than defeat. To surrender is to never go home. All of us must rise to the call, above and beyond.
0530?
They didn't sound reveille.
General quarters.
Yeah, this could be it. I heard this how Roundhammer would start.
No, I heard it would be weeks before D-Day 2. Months, maybe.
I heard it's been pushed up. It's any day now.
Man, we all know what's gonna happen. Just not where or when. They should just come out and tell us.
Maybe they're not saying anything because Roundhammer's BS. Disinformation has psyched the Chigs or us somehow.
No, there's too much weirdness going on for it not to be real.
The main weirdness going on here is all these rumors. It's just gossip. Boredom killers. If it happens, it'll happen. When it happens, it'll happen.
Looks like today's gonna be the same old routine.
Where is everybody?
What's the deal here?
Mission briefing said wheels up and 10 mics. I don't even see a flight crew.
Flight deck 16, right?
Maybe the war's over and they forgot to tell us.
No such luck. I hear people working in there.
Let's check what's going on through the O room. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen.
What are you people doing standing around? I want you out there bombing Chigs before they've had their morning coffee and donuts.
Don't tell it to us. Sir.
Someone's locked us out.
Security lockdown?
You don't know what's going on, sir?
No, Wang, I don't. Must have slipped the commander-in-chief's mind when we teed off this morning.
Vance and her crew's working on our hammers in there.
Sir, our hammers underwent a thorough maintenance inspection after the last mission. If they had found anything, we would have been told.
It doesn't make sense. Why give us orders we can't carry out?
Maybe it's just a hangar door malfunction.
What do we do now, sir?
The mission's been scrubbed.
Every squadron?
Just ours.
Why would they do that to us?
It's not up to us to ask why. Now get back to your quarters and wait further orders.
Whoa. Son, I don't know if you'll understand what I'm about to say. This is Rosalind. You damage her, you damage me. And I will make you walk all 12.6 light years back to Fat Anthony's guitar parlor in Shreveport, Louisiana to repair a single nick.
We wouldn't want that now, because I'd have to make him walk all the way to Country Dick's Guitar Shop in Austin, Texas.
We're all secured here, sir.
Country Dick's, whoo, yeah, baby. Oh, man, it's been a long time.
At Galveston, we were bombed.
I drove those women away singing the Ballad of Ira Hayes.
You would have driven anybody away after 6 times in a row. Speaking of which, I was driving through Arizona a few years ago. I was with my people, the Navajo, and I bought this off a guy on the Pima Reservation. Claims it's an old letter signed by Ira Hayes that he wrote at Iwo Jima. I doubt if it is, but I thought about you, and hell, I'd like to think it is. I've been wondering about Hayes a lot. First demanding to become a Marine paratrooper, help raise the flag at Iwo Jima. I've been wondering about Hayes a lot. First demanding to become a Marine paratrooper, help raise the flag at Iwo Jima. Became a hero for a country that had massacred Native Americans. They say he drowned in a mud puddle, drunk. Did he ever feel he'd been used? Had he done the right thing? Would he have done it the same way again if he had a chance?
Too bad the dead don't get a chance to redeem themselves. Is this something that's troubling you because of your new appointment? You are now the highest-ranking Native American officer in the world. Although it's hard for me to imagine you in charge of anything called intelligence.
The enemy seems to know our every move in preparation for Roundhammer. We don't know if it's surveillance or if there's a traitor amongst us. Therefore, our mission here, ultra-compartmentalized, will alter that situation. Once it's executed, Operation Roundhammer is a go.
How much can you tell an old friend?
I can only tell you the details of the mission. Just 4 people in the world know the entire plan. First thing I can tell you, Glenn, is I will use one of the Saratoga squadrons, 58. What I can tell you is the dead will redeem themselves.
I don't know. Could we have flown through some new enemy weapons fire and the techies are analyzing the residue on our planes?
Seems more likely that there's a defective part in the hammerhead. Maybe they're just checking it out secretly.
Then why would they let all the other hammerheads fly today? Why ground just us?
Now, don't look when I say this, but the woman walking into the bar, I saw her going onto the flight deck when we were locked out. Coop, go pump her.
Say what now?
For information.
Yeah, G.I. Jeet. Go find out what's going on. Evening. Been aboard the Saratoga long?
Long enough to want to leave, not long enough to have completed my assignment.
Which is? I'm sorry. My name's...
Cooper Hawks, Lieutenant, 948-98-01446. Born at the In Vitro Facility, Philadelphia, sentenced to the Marine Corps for kicking the crap out of some punks who are really trying to hang you. Wildcard call name, Jack of Spades. An outstanding fighter pilot awarded the Montgomery Star for the Battle of the Belt. Recently released from detoxification for an addiction to green meanies.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
We'll talk again.
You get anything?
The creeps.
Couldn't have been that big a deal if they got rid of security.
Well, everything looks all right. Okay, let me up. Let me out. They put this in there. And I got a feeling that they don't want us to know about it.
All right, factor in 29.
All right, listen up. Your orders are as follows. You're to fly in formation 5 MSKs away from the Saratoga into the Doris region.
Doris? There's nothing going on down there.
You will be joined by an APC on an intercepting course. You will then deploy into a modified VIC, protecting the APC.
Squadron escort through a safe area, sir? And to where?
I don't know. You know as much as I do. The orders. That's all you need to know.
Look alive. We're 5 MSKs out. Approaching rendezvous.
Bogey 3 o'clock, IFF.
Bogey ID confirmed. APC on intercept. Let's give them a holler. Maybe they can tell us what this mission's all about.
Roger that. This is wild cards to APC. Request coordinates for escort. This is wild cards to APC. Please respond. Come on, rude boy, start talking.
No response. He's flying like he doesn't see us.
Somebody better do something before we get sideswiped.
Alter angle 90 degrees. We'll jump on this guy from above. Hack!
I just tried all the frequencies, no response.
This guy is DUI. He is stoned or dead. He almost took me out.
APC, this is wild cards. What the hell is your problem? Respond on TAC 1, now!
I got 3 bogeys straight ahead. They're flying in classic Chig formation.
Confirm. Let's heat him up.
Wait a mic. IFF confirms targeting drones 12 o'clock. I don't get it. Well, we came all the way out here for target practice.
Scored a bullseye. You sure went hot in a hurry.
That's not saying much against drones. I'm holding off judgment until he takes on the real thing. Whoa, it's got me locked!
I'm taking hits. Can't juke him. Permission to retaliate?
Granted. Target that engine and take him out.
Eat that.
Turn to home plate.
We're just gonna leave whoever's in there to drift in space?
Note the coordinates for retrieval. Relay to the Saratoga.
5-8, you're cleared in on deck 4. Be advised your flight recorders will be confiscated.
You were involved in a blue fire incident. This won't be good.
They fired on us.
All of you just keep quiet until you get attorneys.
Captain Vanson, you're to follow me directly to the interrogation room. Captain!
Each of them pulled the AVN modules from their cockpits. It would have been a total success otherwise.
You gonna question her? She put foreign objects in our controls. Our controls!
Vincent!
It is every pilot's right to know the condition of her craft. You kept that right from us. Without knowing the mission objectives, we could not assume that we were not being placed in danger. Sir, we are not asking to be told information that is not meant for us to know. We are not afraid of being placed in jeopardy, but we want to know when we're being placed in it. Sir, we can't trust you if you don't trust us.
The APC locked on us.
Your insubordinate actions made you a foe for the APC.
Oh, to hell with that. The pilots fired on us. Let's talk to them.
There were no pilots. Cancel all interrogations. The 58's to report to orientation room immediately.
The following mission is classified ultra compartmentalized. You are not to discuss it amongst yourselves. You are not to question it. You are not to theorize nor pose hypotheticals. If any of you feels incapable of doing so, please speak up now so that you may be dismissed with no consequences whatsoever to your record. Your assignment is as escort to an intersolar system armored personnel carrier to the planet Eris. There are two major obstacles before you reach the target planet. First, enemy-occupied territory, defined by the Walden Line. And second, an asteroid belt that trails the planet Helios. You will successfully negotiate these obstacles, fly to the chick-held planet Eris, and then no doubt encounter further enemy activity. At which time, you will allow the ISS ACP to become vulnerable and you will allow it to be shot down. Afterwards, you will demonstrate behavior which could be interpreted as squadron panic. Then turn tail and run like hell.
Sir, are you asking us to fail?
Failure will be our greatest success.
The APC will be piloted via telepresence by Colonel Klingman here aboard the Saratoga.
This device, which you removed from your cockpits, interlinks the position and velocity of your hammerheads to the computers operating the telepresence.
Right, so that's what today was all about. There won't be anybody on board the APC.
There'll be passengers on the craft.
In word to allow them to be killed?
They'll never know what hit them. That's all I can say about the objectives.
Dismiss.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
They want us to escort this thing through 2 Chig fighter wings, only to let it get shot down? They're saying anyone on the APC is expendable. What if they're not the only ones? I've been thinking. The general said the passengers would never feel a thing. Passengers. And to me, that says they're not human. I'm thinking they could be dropping animals or something onto the planet.
What, like some trained flying monkeys?
No, I mean, something that might freak them out a little. Caesar used elephants when they attacked the Britons because they'd never seen one before. They retreated, horrified.
More like they'd pump animals full of some infectious disease the chicks can't fight.
We're not supposed to discuss it.
You were the one who was analyzing all the rumors.
And you were the one telling everyone to ignore the rumors.
Yeah, well, I think this goes beyond just rumors. What turned you around?
He told us the mission.
I still think they're not telling us enough of what we're getting into. What could they be hiding?
Look, I'd like to know the whole story, but there's a reason that we're not supposed to know now. We said it to his face. We couldn't trust the general if he didn't trust us. He told us the mission. All we can do is believe his word.
Captain, message from General Ranford.
Think she knows something we don't?
Coop, where's the fire?
Maybe he knows something. something we don't know.
They're dead, aren't they?
The 5-8? Don't tell me you've succumbed to those bizarre rumors.
In World War II, prior to D-Day, the British placed false information about the European invasion on the body of a man who just died of pneumonia. They dressed him as a high-ranking officer and put him in the English Channel via submarine. The Germans discovered the body and redeployed several panzer divisions away from the area. It was a crucial deception that aided the Allied victory. The passengers in the APC are dead.
If I knew, I couldn't confirm.
While looking into the Second World War, I found something else. Operation Naiya'i. Naiya'i is a Navajo word for alien gods. During the war, we used Native Americans as radio operators. Navajo was the only native language the enemy couldn't crack. I assume any disinformation regarding the location of Operation Roundhammer would be written in code to make it appear to the enemy to be top secret information.
We are not at liberty to discuss this.
I have no problem with the mission, if that's what it is. But there is something that bothers me, Commodore. For disinformation to be effective, we would want the Chigs to crack the code. Well, why would the code be written in a language that even other people on Earth couldn't crack? Unless we knew the enemy was familiar with the language. Naiya'i. Alien gods.
Colonel,
Lieutenant,
I was wondering if you could answer a few questions about all this.
telepresence has been around for quite some time. The Russians first used it in 1998 to explore Mars. Telepresence is an interactive computer graphics system which provides the operator with the illusion of being immersed in a simulated environment.
My question isn't really about the system. It's about you.
Got a problem with me?
Yeah.
Sit down.
You won't be there. I mean, you yourself, you seem okay to me. You seem like you know what you're doing with this stuff. But a machine, all this, it can't feel what we do out there. When we're under enemy attack, and it just becomes one big hairy furball, and you don't know up from down, and your heart's pounding because you're taking enemy fire from your 6 and 12 o'clock, and you barely have time to think for yourself. Somehow, we all just know. We feel where each other are. And I'm there for them, and they're there for me.
You're talking about situational awareness.
Yeah. And I don't see how you can have it sit in a closet on the Saratoga. Now, I'm not trying to rag on you. But have you ever had your wingman, a good buddy, blown out of the sky, then have to drive on while G-forces are tearing you out of your seat?
I'm an engineer, Lieutenant.
And then puke all over yourself when you came out of the roll?
Yes, but not in an airplane.
Have you ever been shot at?
No. I've never been in a dogfight. But why must I have taken a life in order for you to trust me? This machine, these wires, will save millions of lives. This plan, my idea, is my part to bring everyone home soon, safe. And I would think you could believe in and trust someone who's working to be able to spend a night with you back home, rather than going out to look up your name on some war memorial wall. I believe in my plan. I believe in myself.
It's what a machine can't feel, that you and me can. That scares me.
In more ways than one.
Sir, Captain Vanson reporting as ordered. Sir.
As you were, Captain. That comment you made to me about trust bordered on insubordination.
Sir, the captain apologizes for
As a lieutenant general, I made a similar challenge to the Supreme Commander. I spent a year at Fort Grissom on the dark side of the moon. I suppose trust can only be gained by understanding someone. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
I can't admit to understanding too many people. But people who know, truly know, what they are, stand by it, live by it, are so rare. They are the ones that go down in history. In part because you will lead the Operation IAE, but mainly because I respect your challenge to me. I feel you're entitled to a bit more information about the mission tomorrow morning. It doesn't leave this room.
Yes, sir.
I need to tell another human about my understanding of one of those who will go down in history and never know it. He was born on the night of a lunar eclipse on a Navajo reservation in southern Utah. They called him Jimmy Darkmoon. Jimmy spent his whole life in trouble. I met him in jail when he stole something from my sister's home. I saw him in the same cell where I sat when I was young, for throwing rocks in the library windows. A recruiter came in and convinced me I was wasting my life, so I joined up. I wanted to pay back that man and give Jimmy the same break. I'll never forget the look on his face, sad resignation, an ancient wisdom to a teenage boy. He spent the whole time trying to convince me it was useless. That some people are born mean, and he was one of them. 2 years after he was in the Corps, he was assigned to a lieutenant general who thought it was cute to call him Tano. Some medals were stolen out of her office, and without any hard evidence, she accused Jimmy. One night he went to her home to state his case. No one will ever know what happened between them. I guess his life just caught up with him. He killed her. Last week he was executed for that murder. I see you, Captain, as what I became. And Jimmy is what I could have become, but I will not surrender to that idea. Jimmy believed he was a villain. I believe he had it inside him to be a hero. And tomorrow morning, he's gonna prove it.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow thee all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. May the Lord bless you and keep you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Stand by for shuttle launch. Stand by for shuttle launch.
We are locked.
"5-8, you are looking good."
Roger that, Boss Ross. Proceeding on designated course.
All we can do now is wait.
Communicate from intelligence, sir. Enemy squadrons now entering the Helios system.
Okay, Cards. It's gonna be rough. Let's do what we gotta do and drive on.
APC is a go. We have you centered and holding.
Wild Cards, look alive. We're in the hot zone.
Check right. Chick Squadron at 3.
Bandits at 5. Look alive. Splash 1.
Nathan, Booth, check my 6.
I'm on it.
Come on, bad boy.
Klingman, check your 6.
Behind you.
I see him.
Booyah!
Greased them good, Colonel.
Juke, Shane, juke!
Enemy is superior. Let's lose him in the asteroid field.
Whoa, that was close.
Lives getting thick.
Foos, on your 3, on your 3.
They're still with us.
Look out, Manson.
Need help. They're locked onto me.
Hoorah! Out of the yard.
Hoo-yah!
Hold it steady. Steady. 3 degrees right. And steady.
You're doing great, Colonel.
Juke right. Juke right.
I got trouble.
Hang on, we're out of the asteroid field. Eris is just ahead.
Enemy squadron, 12 o'clock high.
Roger that.
The interlocking system between the APC and the Hammerheads is out.
Klingman, this is Hawks. I'll talk you through. Bandits on your 5.
Behind you to the right.
Think left. Fire 2 o'clock.
Ahead right.
All right, this is it. Let's go, Olivier.
You need to let him get an open shot.
Queen of Hearts, go 10 o'clock high.
Wild Cards, we are outnumbered. ABC down. Repeat. ABC is Mayday. Going down on planet. Abort mission. Abort. Abort.
5-8, it is too soon to tell if our mission has been a success. The bodies of those we sent on this mission cannot be recovered for a burial at space. However, their sacrifice will not go unrecognized. On behalf of James Darkmoon, Captain Vanson will accept the Montgomery Star, awarded posthumously.
Now in the sky, he thought, I will create all around her. The stars will be all over the sky. In the past, they all had names, also direction, so that nothing would go wrong wherever you were on this earth. It is still the same way that he made it. Now, we will set our minds, yes, we will give thanks for all the stars in the sky. This is the way it should be in our minds.
Watch your hands, watch your hands.
This airstrip on Demios is vital to securing the entire planet. General.
The Sun Yat-sen can insert the 3rd Chinese infantry on Snyder's Plateau. We will pour down from there in 2 major thrusts.
The Gurkhas, moving from Hornsby Ridge, will crush them from the opposing side.
Segrin's EEC troops in the West African brigades tighten the circle. Ross.
The Saratoga's hammerheads and phalanx 2 missiles will soften up the target, followed by the 5th Marine Expeditionary Force landing here, establishing a toehold on the field.
Intelligence.
When the Chicks took the airstrip from us 6 months ago, it cost them 3 of their finest divisions. We should expect no less of a sacrifice.
Let's hear it.
For the Marines, 80% projected casualty rate.
Bloody ground.
I know it's steep, Glenn. But whoever controls Demius controls the entire Pegasus sector. Besides, to see an airstrip that we built and lost, now the launch pad for strike after strike killing thousands of our men and women is unacceptable.
Yes, sir. We'll take it back, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the invasion of Demios is the first step of Operation Roundhammer, an ambitious series of planet-hopping maneuvers designed to drive the war to the heart of Chig territory. As Supreme Commander of Earth Forces, I'm proud to lead you all into this battle. Today is the first domino. Let's make it fall.
Wow, real steak. Fresh eggs.
Only one reason we're getting this kind of chow.
We're going in.
We thought we were alone. We believed the universe was ours, until one night in 2063, on an Earth colony 16 light years away, they struck. And now we are at war. My name is Lieutenant Colonel T.C. McQueen. I'm an in vitro, a race of artificially gestated humans. I command a Marine Corps squadron. The 58th, they call us the Wild Cards. We fight when called, in space on land, and at sea. To lose this war means more than defeat. To surrender is to never go home. All of us must rise to the call, above and beyond.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Go get it. Bring it up another 20 Earth.
5-8. You'll supply air support until the ground forces have secured their positions. At that time, you'll put them down and anchor the airstrip.
Loading bays 1 through 14 operational, sir.
Secure for deployment.
All support personnel clear the flight deck. Commence hammerhead engagement sequence.
Eisenhower Yorktown battle groups are in position, sir.
Domino.
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 Ships report no return fire from planet, sir. Butter's melting.
Drop the hammers.
Hammerhead engagement sequence complete. Prepare for launch.
Two ducks on the pond. Who wants them?
I got him.
Saratoga, this is Wildcards. Butter's melted.
Sector 212 taken, no resistance.
Sector 219
Sector 4 overrun.
Sector 247, we are secure.
315 in place. AAG's armed and ready, sir.
All MEUs accounted for, reporting minimal casualties, sir. Airstrip sector secured.
Key code is Zulu Bravo Charlie.
39.1 gigahertz.
Azimuth,
Stellar waypoint finder says 38 degrees.
direct parabolic antenna. Solar cell.
Ready.
Saratoga, this is Wildcards. Transmission code is 4-3-64. Alien presence, nominal.
Why aren't I celebrating?
It seems fruits of victory have fallen too easily into our mouths.
8 months ago, the Chigs nearly bled themselves dry to take this airfield. And today, they just walk away. Why? Why? Call the Eisenhower. Proceed with the next stage.
Admiral Vetter, General Wyrick instructs you to reinforce Demios as per Stage B.
Let's get on it.
Aye, aye.
Sir, single bogey, bearing 179er.
Where the hell did he come from?
It's reversing its course. Back towards the moon, Opus 5.
Well, if I were a lonely chick, I'd turn tail when I saw the Eisenhower.
Before we deploy to that sector, launch Hammerhead Squadron 3-4 and have them take that chig pest out of my sky.
Yes, ma'am.
Eisenhower Command, this is the Croaker. 34 Squadron has visual contact with the bogey.
Roger that, Croaker. Maintain radio contact.
King Air, this is the Croaker. You'll be the first to take your shot.
Roger, Croaker, and thank you for my next medal. Locking on the bogeyman.
King Air, this is the Croaker. Come in. King Air, this is the Croaker. Do you read me? Eisenhower Command, this is the Croaker. Rounding Opus 5. I think King Air may have waxed his target.
Roger that, Croaker.
Mission status, Lieutenant Feely?
We just lost radio and LiDAR contact, but that's to be expected when they round a moon. Admiral, it was 5-on-1, ma'am, and they'd already locked onto it.
I can't let one chig warship keep supplies from our people on planet. Is Sector 219 clear?
Crystal, Admiral.
Then set course. All ahead full. This place.
You'd think we were off the Jersey Turnpike instead of millions of miles from home.
Oh, man! Chigs dumped all over the food before they left. Go for it, Hawks. It's high in protein. I already get my daily allowance from you guys. They didn't get to the coffee sweeteners.
We'll secure it. Make it our command center.
Would have been a nice gig being stationed on this planet.
The Eisenhower should have checked in by now. Try them again.
Eisenhower, this is Saratoga. Come in. Maybe it's a radio problem, sir. The Eisenhower's not transmitting.
Switch frequencies.
Yes, sir. Eisenhower, this is Saratoga. Do you read me? Eisenhower, this is Saratoga. Respond. Eisenhower, this is Saratoga. Please come in. Eisenhower, this is Saratoga. Please come in. Eisenhower, this is Wild Cards. Come in.
What's up?
Should be the Eisenhower overhead. I can't get a fix.
This thing's out of juice. Never thought when I was going in I'd have time for a shave.
You know what this battle reminds me of? Remember that Lakers-Bulls final about 7 years ago?
Wasn't born yet.
Right, then I guess it'd be tough for you to remember.
The one that went to a ninth game?
Everyone thought the Lakers were going to pound Chicago, but it was the 60th anniversary of Michael Jordan's 110-point game. Bulls got fired up, just like us.
It's nothing from the Eisenhower's battle group. What's the Saratoga's keycode frequency again? 39.1. Waypoint finder says 38 degrees by 120 degrees.
Sir, the HMS Invincible is down. USS Tecumseh is signaling Mayday. The Eisenhower is gone.
Ready those forward fire decks now.
Enemy superior. Squadron's descending on planet.
Scramble! Scramble! Get airborne! Come on! Enemy aircraft 50 miles out!
enemy has achieved air superiority over the airstrip. Do not dispatch any further squadrons until so ordered.
The Chigs must have pulled their forces from another position.
Frankly, sir, intelligence is not sure.
Admiral. Clear the room. Clear the room. As you were, Colonel.
Gentlemen, we find ourselves in the midst of our collective country's greatest military disaster, because of which a door has opened, possibly, to our greatest achievement. Ixion, a territory of monumental strategic importance, being a mere 50 astronomical units from the Chigs' home planet. This was so heavily fortified and believed so unobtainable that Earth Force battle plans conceded Ixion to the Chigs.
Believed?
This communique is from the Earth Force's Chiefs of Staff in New York. The alien fleet currently attacking us is from Ixion. They are using the Ixion forces to counterattack and have left the planet unprotected.
Why would they do that?
They must be spread thinner than we believe. They're gambling to engage us here.
It's hard enough to know the hearts and minds of a human enemy. In any case, their blunder becomes ours if we don't seize this opportunity. Dispatch the 4th Fleet to that area instead of bringing it here for support.
Sir, without their support, our fight is made all the tougher.
General, the 4th Fleet would never get here in time. Currently, they're 1,400 AUs away. We are closest to Ixion.
Our job is not finished here.
You said it yourself, Glenn. Without support, this fleet is going under. Ixion is infinitely more important than a tiny airstrip on Denios, Commodore.
Taking Ixion now would cut 2 years off the war and could save 1 million lives.
At the expense of 25,000 lives. My lives. Fighting down on planet.
Colonel, I know you to be a student of military history. What is your counsel?
I would retreat this fleet and then advance to Ixion. The Chig counterattack will be severe. I would send the 4th Fleet to Ixion as support.
The 5/8 is down there, McQueen.
In the Second World War, the Japanese committed their finest troops to protecting the island of Guadalcanal, neglecting the strategic importance of New Guinea. Our Marines were on their own for 8 months, while the Allies exploited the Japanese mistake. It broke the back of the Nippon offensive. After the canal, we took the war to them.
We will not abandon our troops on planet. Ming, pull back 2 supply ships to a distance of 1 AU. It will resupply the forces on Demios at any window of opportunity. I respect your thoughts, Commodore, but this battle will not be won here. We'll win it at Ixion.
Saratoga, this is Demios. In immediate need of air support. Red Division in retreat. You got the right flank. Deputy is losing our position. Request immediate air support. Where the hell are they?
Commodore Ross.
Sir.
The right thing to do is rarely the easiest.
McQueen, right now our people on planet don't have the luxury of time to consider right or wrong. Hell, they don't have time to think. They can only react to dead or alive. You and I have been there. And we know that amidst all the hellfire and fear, in the seconds between firing and being fired upon, there is a whisper in their hearts that feels like a scream at the top of their lungs saying, we'll be there to back them up. And now we won't be.
Yes, sir, I have been there. I know that hell. And I would give my life if it meant that one other human being would not have to go through what those kids are going through down there. And I know my kids feel the same way. Taking Ixion now would save 1 million kids from that hell.
I just can't bring myself to leave them.
Me neither. I want to join them. Sir. Request permission to stay with the supply ship with the intent of going on planet.
Permission denied. I'm not going to reduce the Corps' finest pilot to a supply sergeant.
Commodore Ross. Glenn. I'm asking as a friend.
And I'm responding as one. No. All of us are going to lose too many friends in this war.
Hey, man, everyone else is bolted over the ridge. We're the only ones left out here. We should fall back to supplementary position.
McQueen and Ross would want us to hold our position and wait for air cover.
Ross and McQueen ain't down here.
Yes, they are. What's the word?
Saratoga, this is Demios. Request response to request for air cover. Situation deteriorating. Many units in retreat. Airfield in jeopardy of being taken. Many casualties. Request response.
Demios, this is the Saratoga.
Lieutenant. Marines.
This is Commodore Ross of the USS Saratoga.
We remain proud of you. Due to security reasons, I am unable to explain this painful directive. Due to the fortunes of war, Black Forest. I say again, Black Forest.
No air support.
Red Sea. Red Sea.
No ground reinforcement.
You are encouraged, but not so ordered, to continue to engage the enemy. If, however, your positions become untenable, you are authorized to surrender. Semper Fidelis. And may God be with you always. Helmsman, weigh anchor. Set a course for the Helios system. We'll be back for them.
Yes, sir. If they're still here.
You know the drill.
No ammo. Man's gotta have hope.
O God, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, hear our supplication. And through thy infinite love and mercy, graciously grant to the soul of thy servant departed the remission of all their sins, by which they may have deserved the severity.
But don't look at me. That was me that time.
Of thy justice and punishments in the world to come.
I don't know why we bother with this. Nobody's gonna do it for us. It's not gonna happen to us.
Marines always bury their dead.
Oh, but they abandon their living. Just give it up, man. We all know they wouldn't have left us here for no reason.
And when they're done with whatever it is, they'll be back.
1900 hours. Satellites up.
Key code?
Tango Echo Charlie.
Frequency, 42.4 gigahertz.
Stellar waypoint finder indicated 49 degrees azimuth.
Solar cell. Hawks. We may be out of this world, but we still have a duty. Now on your feet. Saratoga, this is Demios.
People, this is the 53rd day of the counterattack, and we have not lost any ground. I don't want to lose any today.
Has EEC 3rd Wing reported yet?
Sir, I'm searching all frequencies, but I can't cut through any incoming transmissions. Every day at 1900 this happens.
Planet Demios reporting enemy location at grid point 784983, approximately 3,000 in number. Enemy appears to have abandoned this fight.
They brought them all here to fight this one.
Buried 15 Marine casualties today. Uncertain of survivors on the planet. Have not come in contact with any friendlies.
Demios, this is Saratoga. You are jamming our communications. Cease with your transmission.
5-8.
This is Queen 6.
Transmission received. Relay to Pegasus Theater Command. Good work. These are vital reports. Keep up the good work, 5-8. This is Queen 6, out. Don't you ever make them think they are not needed.
I say we bail this burial patrol. Start spending our time looking for any supply drops we can find.
We can't just let him suffer.
It's BS. It's a playback device. There's 3 jigs out there. Let's take them out.
No ammo.
You just gonna let them mess with our heads like this?
Help! Help!
You eat yellow snow, you shit! You eat yellow snow? That was off the top of my head.
Hear me! Abe Lincoln's dead!
What's that supposed to mean?
They're using stuff they think will get us mad. Psych us out.
Abe Lincoln's dead supposed to psych us? That's just a statement of fact. Chicks didn't do their homework. Hey, Marines! Chicago Cubs suck!
Let's get those sons of bitches.
Help me!
Give it up! No, it's real. They're going up for it.
Let's move!
They're finished. Come on. Come on.
Nathan, Cooper, keep an eye out.
Foot powder. Finally luck in on a supply drop. All we get is foot powder.
That's dirt. Paul? Paul, you all right?
The heat from the explosion melted the sugar into the dirt. It's...
We'll leave this here. By the time when this battle is finally over. I've lost count of how many times I wondered if I'll ever see them again. But some lives never leave your heart. Some lives are more important than our own.
I have to tell you, sir. Some time ago, I wouldn't understand what you were talking about. But those kids, I left behind. I can't stop thinking about them. If they're all right, what they must be going through, how proud I am when they call every day at 1900.
You know, Ty, someday that call won't come.
A shooting star. Maybe it's a sign of hope.
That's not a shooting star. It's debris from the Eisenhower falling out of orbit. That'll happen for years. Well, we ain't gonna be around to see it.
Shut the hell up! From day one, you have made cracks like that. What the hell good does it do, huh? What is the point?
Shane, he's just worn down. We all are.
This area's familiar. It's the airstrip. We're back where we started.
The enemy is clearly superior. There are 100,000 troops on planet. I will not do to them what you had me do to the troops on Deimos.
Boss, it is time to get the hell out of Dodge. That's in order. Stand down, Ross. I am responsible. I was responsible for the defeat on Demios, and I will be responsible for our defeat here. Stand down.
Saratoga, this is Demios. As of 0620 this morning, we have retaken the airfield, awaiting orders.
Sir, there was no defeat at Demios, and there will be no defeat here. Raise position to 15,000 kilometers. I want the 27, the 32, and the 53rd Squadron in my sky on the double and rain in fire.
USS Michigan and Nevada reporting enemy retreat. Air forces on planet have achieved air superiority.
It's ours.
Yeah.
No word from Demios.
Saratoga, this is Demios at 1900 hours. We report signs of other survivors on planet.
Tell them we
yet
need supplies.
None have come forth to the airfield.
Foot powder or shoelaces. We need food. Listen to me. I know you left us here to die. This radio's dead.
It fried out about 12 days ago.
Why didn't you tell us? You've been putting us through this charade for the last 2 weeks? Whoa, does Captain Vanson think we couldn't handle it? What, do you think we're children? A bunch of idiots?
Back off, Hawks.
What are you gonna do? You gonna throw me in the brig for striking an officer? If that's the kind of leader you are, a liar. I am not one of you anymore.
I can't believe you did that to us. How long would you have let it go on? I'm going with Hawks.
I did it. Because without the radio, without a purpose every day, I knew this would happen.
But now that it's done, now that it's over, go. It will be a relief not to be in command anymore. Not to be responsible for 4 other lives.
More pieces of the Eisenhower.
No, it's now losing altitude.
Looks like a Chig attack squadron. Maybe a few hundred miles out. They're gonna bomb and level this place.
Let's get to the diner. We'll get our gear and take off.
I don't want to run anymore. Without the hope of them coming for us or us sticking together, I don't want to run anymore.
If you can't run, I won't either. I took this from that drawer a while ago. And I'll be honest, I wasn't going to tell anyone. Our last supper. Everyone gets to wet a finger to the first knuckle. Whatever sticks is yours. be no chick prisoner.
Sorry to just drop in, but you don't call anymore.
As a commander, I feel no need to explain my actions. But as a man, as a human being, I must share my emotions. I have never been more ashamed of myself, or more proud of you. Welcome home.
Thought you'd like to know. APC's picked up approximately 2,000 survivors above planet.
Sir. All of us who made it back don't ever want to forget those who didn't.
I'm so tired. I just want to sleep, but I can't. It's like I'm supposed to be doing something. I can't remember what.
Watch your hands, watch your hands.